Recession is a hot word right now, and while some people say it's coming, most of us are already feeling the impacts of it. We all work hard for our money, so in this video, we're going to discuss consumer culture in America, easy ways to manage your finances, and tips on changing mindset and behavior to save money. Hi, I'm Erica, and while I'm not a financial expert or a fintech bro, I am a 24-year-old professional with a corporate job. I didn't come from a family of wealth, and I don't make six figures, but I've really learned to value my paycheck by spending each dollar carefully. Being financially responsible is a mindset more than anything, and no matter where you are in your life, I hope that this video helps provide some important insight on consumer culture, helps you think more about your financial decisions, and at the very least makes you consider your financial wellness. Firstly, I want to discuss how consumer culture is inherently different in America than it is in many areas of the world. Chelsea Fagan, founder of the Financial Diet, talks about lifestyle inflation, which basically means the things that were good enough for you yesterday are no longer good enough for you today, and if your lifestyle inflation outpaces or even keeps up with how much you're earning, you will never build wealth. That's not to say that as your income increases, you shouldn't spend more on things you previously weren't able to, but the moral of the story is that you should be content with living below your means and always stay in budget. And that is not a lifestyle trait that is received well in consumer culture here in America. As someone who works in advertising and marketing, everything about American culture is buying more. Materialism is used as a tactic. We have to keep up with the newest iPhone even though our current iPhone works fine. We have to buy that new trendy makeup product even though we have 5 of the same type sitting in our closet. The first time I noticed how much of a disease this was is when I visited Europe for the first time as an adult. I noticed that it was normal for people to use drugstore makeup, people had older iPhones, and a lot of people would resort to thrifting or shopping affordably for clothing. The obsession with new luxury items is unique to American culture, and once you free yourself from that mindset, it really helps your bank account. Now I want to discuss some easy ways to manage your finances. Number 1, a budget sheet that works for you. For example, every year I create a scrappy Google Sheets that allocates my take-home amount to different areas of my life that I need to save or put money in, such as my personal saving account, my investment account, or my vacation savings account. So to break this down a bit more, firstly, I break out how much money is going in my pocket each month after taxes, healthcare, and 401k. Second, I list out recurring bills. Third, I take the difference of my take-home income and my bills to get how much money is truly mine. Lastly, I allocate the remaining money to savings, investment, and vacation money. And I always make sure to keep track of how much money should be in each account each month of the year so I can remain on track and hit my end of year goals. Another easy way to manage your finances is to assess how you're spending. While this can be daunting, understanding how you're spending can help with unnecessary habits. So for example, in December 2022, I accessed my credit activity for the year, and by looking through the Spend Analyzer tab, I saw that I spent $1,800 on beauty, $1,200 on Target and department stores, and $2,200 on clothes and shoes. As a result, in 2023, I decided that I would create a separate budget that's specifically dedicated to beauty as well as clothes and shoes so that that money is set aside for me. I also decided that I would spend 60% less on each category than I did last year. And lastly, I decided that I would check my spend analyzer every quarter instead of once a year. Lastly, I want to go through some actionable steps to save money. Oftentimes, overspending is a result of thoughtless habit. I always think of money as a vehicle to help me live the life that I want, and I'm the driver. I challenge you to think more philosophically about money and to think about the person you want to be, what makes you happy, what makes you feel fulfilled, what goals you want to achieve, and how money supports that. Now let's get into the tips. 1, using products you already have before buying more and ignoring consumer culture. 2, waiting 24 hours before making a purchase to avoid making a regrettable impulse buy. Really asking yourself, do I need this item? Is it valuable or fulfilling to buy? Will it last a long time? 3, setting rules for yourself, such as I will meal prep every work week and allow myself to eat out on the weekends. 4, make healthy and intellectually stimulating subscriptions, such as swapping out a streaming service for a gym class subscription or cutting back on material spending to fund a museum membership. 5, really take time to evaluate what you value in life and allocate your money there. For example, if your love language is intimate quality time, maybe carve out some money to do a girls' night or have date nights with your partner. If you seek adventure, carve out a budget to travel 2 times a year to a new place. Or if you're a fashion enthusiast, curate a stylish wardrobe full of investment pieces that are within your budget. In sum, I hope this video helped bring up some interesting points about consumer culture and gave some tips on behavioral and mindset changes that help you save money and just help your overall financial wellness. In a podcast, Susie Orman once spoke about how earning money doesn't always mean you have more of it. The most financially successful people know how to live below their means and stay within budget regardless if they make $30K a year or $100K a year. I think oftentimes in our culture, especially among young people, we think of money as an object, and that allows us to be more careless with it or maybe spend it a little more recklessly. I would challenge you to think about money more philosophically and how it's not just used to buy groceries or to pay bills, which it does, but it also helps to fund experiences. It helps you grow, it helps you travel, and it helps you do things that you might not have been able to do without it. Money isn't everything, but I think that when you start to think more thoughtfully about how it really impacts your everyday life, your everyday happiness, and your future, it's really powerful. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was beneficial, and I'll see you in my next one.